And like one of the big aha moments that I had as a trader was like, if I don't have a trade on, but I'm still looking for a setup, I'm actually still trading.
Now, obviously, when anybody starts a business, you know, they have that vision in their head that like, yeah, I want to get big and be the best. Did you expect to grow that big that quick?
To be honest with y'all, like I wish we hadn't, because like we like blew up so like seriously, dude, it was insane.
So that's my approach to the market. Just really using statistical measures to kind of dictate where does price want to be within that given day, within that given week, within that given month. And then from there, you find your levels / targets. For me, it's just pre-calculated essentially.
You know, if you're trying to trade, or this would be my advice from somebody that's coached a ton of different people and everything.
We are all good on socials and we are ready to start this interview.
Cool, dude. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Man.
excited to be here and stoked on the questions and stuff. And everything that you're doing, I think is super cool. I was curious though, before we got into it, like what is PropHub?
Ooh.
Like
Well,
what's the
PropHub
name?
sounds very familiar to other companies.
Yeah,
First and
I
foremost.
know. It's clever, dude. I wouldn't know. I think it's like a department store or something, right?
Right? That's exactly what
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
property. It's
In
property.
simplest terms, just to like break it down, it's just the hub for props. So if people were looking for a prop firm that suits their needs,
Right.
they would be able to find it via us, where we find credible props that are reliable, that I've personally used, that I've actually gotten payouts with, to put in front of them, as opposed to just all these random sketchy companies that might show face, and next thing you know, within 2 months, they're gone. So that's why
Right.
we have you up here today with us here at PropHub, and why we brought Clay, guys, the founder of TopOne Futures, for your guys' convenience. Before we even get started, I'm going to share my screen super, super quick, and we'll do that through TradingView just for funsies.
You guys had a good trading session, or?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I
Yeah.
had a few issues on my end, which have seemed to be resolved by your staff. Love TopOne Futures.
What,
Your staff is so helpful.
Project X or what?
No, it was actually on Trade of 8,
Okay, cool. Yeah,
but it got
Project
it got
X, man, it's
settled.
like
Which
imploding.
is
I don't even
rare.
know
So
what's
it's
going
yeah,
on over
Project
there.
X today, even everyone was having issues again.
Yeah, I think on Top Step, we're seem to be good to go right now. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's crazy. It was
losers
just
at Top Step. Take that, TopOne Future on top.
stressful couple days, man.
But before we get started, everyone, if you head over to my screen, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown. I heard about TopOne Futures from another affiliate who has preached from the mountaintops about how much she personally loved TopOne Futures. So I said, you know what, let me give it a go. Reached out to Cam and their team, and they hooked me up right away. And I got to test them out. From that timeline, guys, I was able to take an absolute heater streak on my accounts. It went from opening up inception of these accounts, max accounts on 150Ks. And I think I went a good 56 green days or something like that. It was
It was
absolutely
ridiculous.
insane. It was insane. And everyone inside of their chat, like we have a little private group of the affiliates, and every single person was DMing me like, hey, bro, I want to bring you up on my stream, but I don't want you to steal my members. Like, I'm gonna be so honest. Like, how are you doing this right now? Could you actually like just give me like a little breakdown in terms of what you're doing, how you're accomplishing such a thing, and so on and so forth. But the main thing that I'm trying to get to was the actual prop itself, right? That's the whole premise of what we're trying to do here at PropHub. So I'm just going to show you guys the little breakdown. So here was September. Not a single red day in sight.
Oh, Ace crashed. Do you want to switch?
dude, you're so hot, you
Computer
melted the
crashed.
servers, man.
I know, that's it. He was
It's
cooking too
like,
hard. The
uh,
accounts,
I
Discord
cannot
couldn't handle
compute
it.
your trade, Zella.
While his computer's going back on, should I get into some questions?
Yeah, sure. No, I remember it when he was on that streak too. Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Before we get into any questions, y'all,
Nice.
let's hear a little bit from Clay. Clay, if you could give us a little bit of an intro into who you are, what TopOne Futures is, TopOne Trader, so on and so forth, just to give a little bit of background for the audience as to who you are and why we brought you here today.
Yeah. Okay. So I was born November 9th, 19. No, I'm just kidding. um, yeah, man. I've been in the trading space since 2016, I guess, and I was like, I kind of got in, I guess how a lot of people got in at the time with like, it was like a multi-level marketing is fuck, I forget the name of it. It was like an MLM for Forex. And I was like, and it was like this girl sharing these posts. And I was like, oh, dude, how's she making so much money? And then, later to find out they were demo posts. But,
Yeah.
like that's what got me interested into trading in the markets. And I was already like an entrepreneur. And, so like, I owned a juice bar in Nashville and like just trying different things and sales and then found trading. I was like, oh man, I can like learn how to do this and create something. And that kind of created like the journey to where I had my own trading group, Ronin Forex, and that was 2017 to like 2022, I guess. And so I remember when FTMO came out, and it was like
Hmm.
when I started, it was like you'd get a Trader's Way account and like, put $500 in and try to flip it or whatever, because we didn't have the money to trade with really, like, unless, I mean, I'm glad I didn't have more because I would have lost it because I was just trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to trade, you know what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
yeah, so like, I remember when FTMO came out, it was like, oh man, is this for real? Is this legit? And then, the evolution of prop firms in the space. And I got involved as an affiliate with a different company and stuff. And that's how I made a lot of connections behind the scenes with brokers and different platform providers and that kind of thing, which has been my role in a lot of ways is like the connector, getting everything people connected and putting the right people in the right place, I guess you'd say. But then I met Matt, who is our CEO. He was actually a member in our trading group. I knew he already had like a career in multi-level marketing with another company and then also a travel company and did like public speaking and so I was like, oh, this dude's legit. So like I actually like I would do one-on-ones with people and stuff, but him and I became friends. Long story short, like, I had the idea of, because I was working as affiliate with this other dude, and I was like, man, I think I could do this better.
Hmm.
And so then, pitched Matt if he wanted to come on and be my business partner and put down some of the investment and, like get the thing off the ground. And that was in 2023. So that's when we started TopOne Trader, which is our, CFD side. And, and so then, we were there for when MetaTrader all like collapsed, I guess, for anybody in the United States. That was in 2023, I think. 2024. Yeah, man, I don't know. Time just goes by. And then yeah, and then we saw the migration to where everybody went from Forex to like becoming interested in futures and stuff. So
Hmm.
we started TopOne Futures in April of this year. I mean, it's only been like 7-8 months, and it's been great. It's been a roller coaster for sure. But yeah, that's the rundown. I love the markets. I am a trader. I don't pretend to be the best trader. Honestly haven't even been trading now because it's like I try, but you got to be like so dialed in and aware of what's happening with the
Yeah.
markets. And it's super hard when I have like Zoom calls and stuff all day and different meetings. And then it's like in the free time that I have it, I would rather go to jiu-jitsu or the gym
Yeah.
and or travel or something. And like, and it's super hard. And I'm sure all the people listening can relate. Like, if you're trying to trade, or this would be my advice from somebody that's coached a ton of different people and everything, man, you gotta be like, this is my time for the day to trade, like 2-3 hours to study, to trade, to learn the markets. Don't be on your phone trying to do 2-3 things at once, or like looking where NQ is today, but then you don't really know where it is tomorrow. And then Wednesday, you just like open your computer, log into your computer and start trading. It's not the way to go about it. You need to like know where everything is. And, at least that's my belief. So, But yeah, no, I saw, and the markets are, and it's been my experience, a way that you can create your own destiny, whether it's a trader or an entrepreneur within the space or influencer. And, really the space is pretty small, so like not
Mhm.
small, it's big, but it's new is what I meant to say. It's
Yeah.
pretty relatively new thing, especially with the evolution of prop firms, so.
Yep.
Yeah, prop firm opened the doors to a lot of people who wouldn't be able to trade before. Because I know most people, I mean, depending on how old they are, started with their own money and like actually depositing and starting to trade with that. And now prop firms opened it up where basically anybody can start trading, which I think
Yeah,
is pretty
yeah,
awesome.
for sure, dude. And it's like, oh man, I have all these rules to get a payout, but it's like, trust me, you need the rules because like
Oh yeah.
coming from somebody that like, dude, I was working construction in Nashville and I would work my ass off for like 2 weeks, and then get paid. And then I'd be like, and I was learning how to trade and I was like, all right, cool. Let me put like 2 G's into this broker account. And then I would like get up and I'd be up like, because I wouldn't be using risk management or whatever. And I'd be up like 2 or 3 grand and then I'd blow it
Hmm.
and, just be mentally crushed. And then like, 4 days later, be like, all right, let me try this again, and like, dude, that's a cycle. So like prop firms, especially is like a way to get in the door and to learn how to trade, especially with like, uh, a challenge account, which our cheapest one's like $39. And if you change the mindset of like, hey, I want to, instead of like, man, I want to get paid, I want to make money. It's like, okay, I'm going to pay this so then I can learn how to trade within this framework and
Hmm.
having a long-term mindset about it. Because like Ace, I'm sure you didn't start having, winning streaks that lasted
Hmm.
months, right? You know what I mean? So it takes a while to get there and for things to just like kind of click, right? So
Hmm.
Yep.
I think that's the coolest thing about the prop firm space.
Yeah, and people forget that prop firms, the rules is a two-way street. Like, yes, it is to protect the back end of the prop, but it's also to protect you. Otherwise, the money you're gonna put in is gonna disappear. Like, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't actually like consistency on props," but it's there because if it wasn't there, most likely you'd blow your account a lot faster than if you were forced to be like, "Okay, I'm actually gonna risk manage properly."
Yep. I think people
Yeah,
don't realize
totally.
that the parameters are there to actually benefit most people.
Mhm,
Like, yes, like John said, it's there to protect both sides, but at the end of the day, you guys can use those parameters to your advantage. Like for me, 1800 on a 150K account, those are easy base hits that you have to hit for it to accumulate. And next thing you know, you're already at a payout. Plus, you only paid what, $400 potentially for 150K. That means you're already getting, at least at the very, very bare minimum, you're already getting a 6x return once you get that payout. And that's assuming one account. Now you can magnify it. Now there's leverage with the copy trading accounts, right? So I think it's a really awesome thing, what you guys have done. Just going back to my screen share, I'm just going to finish off my little
Oh
tidbit
yeah,
before I got cut off. As you guys can see here, so I started off super, super hot. I actually did not fix the parameters on my own account. So my PDLL and my PDPT were skewed. I always tell everyone, as soon as you guys have an account, depending on your account size, you take it and you divide that by your consistency rule. On a 150K account, that would lead you to bring it to 1800. As you guys can see on my first day, I brought it to 25. Makes zero sense. So what did I have to do? I had to push my accounts really, really hard. So I made 25, 25, lost 1K. Really good account management now, right? And then we just continue to track all the way through, making 15K on that August and then another 15 through that September, and then getting those flip days on the rest of those minimum days, which are now removed by Top One Future because it used to be 10 days to get a payout, which it's now just hit the consistency, you're good for a payout. Got
yeah.
that, guys, right there. This is August. This is September. I got moved to live and instantly, already after profit share, just shy of $30,000. I was
What do you
probably
mostly
one of the
trading?
quickest on Top One Futures to just keep sliding through all these payouts.
Yeah, you were for sure. Are you just trading, in queue or do you have like
So,
what's your
yeah,
approach?
So it is NQ that we mainly trade. And then if it is going through Globex, I will take a deep dive into gold. I noticed that gold likes to really have some good price action throughout the night. So going into Asia, going into London, and then you also have your peak times throughout NQ. So that would be your opening print at 6 as soon as the markets reopen. And then you have your 8 o'clock for Asia. From there, you have your 1 a.m. Eastern and then your 3 a.m. Eastern. Those times throughout the night, I notice are the best for noticing where price wants to move and gravitate toward, and then just really leveraging volume metrics. So that's my approach to the market. Just really using statistical measures to kind of dictate where does price want to be within that given day, within that given week, within that given month. And then from there, you find your levels slash targets. And then it's just all it's for me, it's just pre-calculated essentially. So you enter once it gives you that entry criteria and then hit it straight to your TP.
Nice. Well, it's working for you, dude, for sure.
I mean,
A lot of
it's
people.
doing something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, dude, so this is the thing about what we were just talking about too. It's like if you can switch your mindset, obviously everybody wants a payout, everybody wants to get paid, but it's like, all right, I'm going to learn this skill that, maybe 10 years from now you'll come across a big chunk of change or a big sell a house, but make a couple $100,000 or whatever, or 50 grand, right? And you're like, okay, I've been doing this for 6, 7, 8 years. Now let me trade on my own, right? Like, let me trade
Yep.
my own funds, not within the prop world. So then there are no rules, but you've already been conditioned to create your own rules, create your strategy, and then you could make considerably a lot more money and without the restrictions and take payouts whenever you want and like whatever. So that is really what's going on here. It's hard to see that because it's like you wake up and you start trading and you want to get paid in like 2 weeks, but if you think, don't forget that, because I think that's super powerful.
Yep.
100%.
I mean, not only that though, but you guys do offer the live accounts. And I think the live accounts,
Right.
even the pre-live accounts, are phenomenal tools to get to the point where it's like, hey, you know what? I can actually fund my own account. Because you guys basically simulate that whole environment again with daily payouts. So you guys basically make it as if it is you guys putting your real money into the markets and now you're trading that as opposed to going through a prop, but it's still through a prop just on a live account.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, once you get it trading live, I mean, there's some people that you think are going to crush it on live and they don't, or they blow their account. So it's like it's a whole different ballgame. It really is.
Yep.
So just that's why becoming pretty mechanical or dialed in on whatever your strategy and risk management and is huge,
Yep. Couldn't
Mhm.
agree more.
So Clay, you said you've pulled back on trading recently because you're more focused on the prop firm side of things, right? I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I haven't met every single founder of every single prop in the world. But if I were to guess, I would guess that outside of trading, you're probably one of the more interesting founders of a prop firm. From martial arts, I know you do jujitsu. I've seen you skiing on mountains and like hiking and doing some really cool things. Now, has any of that discipline outside of trading, did you see anything that tangibly transferred over to how you treat trading?
Man, I mean, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to have an outlet beyond scrolling on Instagram at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to
Yeah.
have something that is like interesting or gets you exciting. I like to travel and go to like different like jujitsu camps and shit like that, and meet cool people. Like, and so I'm just super active and like when because I'm in front of a computer for a good chunk of the day, having something to go to like be a release of energy is like helps me to stay grounded enough. Now, whether you take that philosophy to trading or whatever it is, like having something that you do away from the desk that you can let out all that contained energy because it's going to
Mhm.
find a way to escape one way or the other. It might not be pretty. It could be in like blown accounts or breaking your rules or whatever that might be, or even worse, you know what I mean? Like, so, uh, yeah,
Yeah.
but Yeah, no, all that stuff is just about creating a life that is like exciting. And that's what I was saying a few minutes ago too. Like trading, markets, entrepreneurship, which is what we're all doing here, is that vehicle that where you can create a life where it's like, oh shit, I'd love to go to like Brazil, you know, 'cause I just got back from there Sunday. You know, it's my
How was
third
that?
time going there. Yeah, it was awesome. Rio is crazy, but and like exciting, you know. So
Mhm,
going having those things, it's like, okay, now I'm gonna work for the next 2, 3 months, get dialed in, plan out something cool to do, and it also like gives you something to work towards, you know. And I think I've always kind of done that to where it's like, all right, 4 months from now, I'm gonna do X, or I'm gonna go skiing here, or something like that, or go hiking or rent a cabin somewhere. It doesn't have to be like going to somewhere crazy, you know, it could just be
mhm.
something outside of the normal day-to-day routine, I guess you'd say. That was a
Yeah.
super
I
long
like that.
answer to your question,
No, that
but
No, no,
was
I
good.
like that. I like that a lot.
People forget you need to decompress regardless of what you're doing in any job. Otherwise, you're just gonna burn out, and especially in trading, you don't wanna feel burnt out while in a trade, because usually that
yeah.
doesn't go good.
Yeah.
Well, and with our culture now, we have so many negative ways to decompress, which is, you know, whether
Mhm.
it's scrolling on your phone, eating poisonous food, watching your cousin company, you know, like whatever.
Hey, that
Like
cousin
those
is
are
blocked.
horrible
This is where
outlets.
you should be.
Yeah, yeah, you should be a PropHub
There you
watching their
go.
videos at 3 in the morning. Yeah, no, no.
Clip
So
that,
like,
guys. Clip team.
Yeah, clip that, clip that. That's our new marketing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
So
that
like,
is so good.
if you don't find an outlet, it's going to create one, drugs, alcohol. You know, I struggled with
Mhm,
Yeah.
that for a long time, and so yeah, like so something positive that gets you excited. Yoga is something I'm super big into. I love going to a hot yoga class and just like sweating my ass off, and then like feeling just way better and
Right.
having some clarity from that. And dude, I'm telling you, if you find a routine or can add it 2 or 3 days in a week, your trading is going to improve. Like, is no
mhm,
I have a
question.
good question for you, Clay. Just piggybacking off of what you said.
Yeah.
Obviously, you went through a few personal struggles. How do you dig out from a massive hole that a lot of people are actually stuck in? Because my fiance actually works with the homeless and addiction, so we get to see it right at the forefront of people that are struggling, and it's hard to actually just say like, "Yo, just change your life." So, how are you able to do that for yourself? Because that is massive motivation for not just people that are struggling, but the regular Joe that is watching this stream right now.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, you know, it was it started out with like I was in a car accident and got some pain pills, stuff like that. And this was in like the early 2000s when like OxyContin was everywhere. I don't know if anybody knows that
Yeah, yeah.
or familiar, but then that just, you know, led to slowly over time deterioration and, you know, it's to where it's like doing heroin and stuff. So that kind of ended in 2016. But yeah, so whoever said that in the chat, yeah, sorry, dude.
I was
You
hoping
don't
you
have
didn't see
to.
that in the
If you
chat.
can put, hey, look, if you can pull it off, man, my hat goes off to you. I wasn't able to, so I don't think most people can. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, at the end of the day, man, it was like hitting a various different rock bottoms, and then like uh asking for help from something larger than myself, you know, God or and like groups and all kinds of things, just like searching for something outside of myself because I couldn't solve my own problems and stuff. So that was the thing. It's as hard as I tried, you know. So I think most people are maybe not stubborn but not willing or ready to like accept help or like try to seek it or like admit that they have gotten their ass kicked by life and it's time to make a change, you know? So, and a lot of people don't get there, man, unfortunately. So for
Yeah.
me, I think it's just grace and God, and, you know, hopefully I can help other people. And it's the reason why I'd still be here.
Man, that is so inspirational, super motivating. I'm glad that you were able to share that. Thanks for going into the more personal side. So let's
Yeah. I mean,
lighten up the mood just
I
a
have my
little
before and
bit.
after. I have my before and after on my
Yeah.
Instagram. Sorry, I got
Yeah, I
like
Yeah.
saw
50
that.
seconds. So yeah, and like I put that up there not to like because it was at first I was like, oh man, I don't want to share this, but
Hmm.
so many people have reached out after seeing that, or like, dude, I just saw your page, and my
Yep.
brother, or my girlfriend, or my dad, or me
I think
is
someone
like,
always has someone that they can relate to with a similar situation. So it's easy to see the struggle, and when someone can actually pull out from it, that makes it 10 times better of a story. And the thing that we do here at PropHub is announcing the fact that we are, as a community, are one of the most transparent. So that kind of just piggybacks to what we're doing here as a server. It's like, hey, we are showing our project X, we are showing our Trade of 8 live to show that we're not just buying a new account whenever we hit red and then only showing the green. We are literally showing the account number, showing full transparency. And that's exactly what you're doing. And that's why I think people can really resonate with you as a person and trust you as a person, is because it kind of just pulls in that same energy.
yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I think that especially now, if you're authentic, it's gonna the right people are going to be drawn to you. You know, if you're
Yeah.
inauthentic, then you're going to draw in those types of people. You know, and so like also too, if you leave it all on the table, if you took a big L and you're like, dude, I blew my account or took a big loss or didn't follow my rules and this happened. Well, then you can go and share that with the community. Then you can go to sleep at night feeling good because you're being true to yourself and everybody else. You know, so it's like I love there's like a poem. It's like The Man in the Mirror. You ever seen that? Or do you
Poem?
know that
No.
poem, The Man in the Mirror? It's basically like if you can go to, like, no matter what everybody else in the world thinks about you, they may think you're the best guy in the world, the best girl in the world, but only the person on the inside knows who you truly are. So despite all the accolades that you might get from everybody else, if you can at the end of the day or at the end of your life look into the mirror and like respect the guy or the girl that's on the other side, then that's a life worth living, and a life that was lived well for sure. And that's just
Mhm.
something to aspire to every day. I don't do it all the time either, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that is something to keep in mind. And like when I first got in, to bring it back to trading, when I first got into space, it was like the pinnacle of the Lambo lifestyle where everybody thought that shit was real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like now everybody knows those, they're either renting those cars or like spending all their money on it, and they don't have
Hmm.
anything in the bank or whatever. So like that doesn't resonate with people anymore, unless
No.
you're just like new. But trust me, you'll figure it out soon enough. Like, that's just not
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, we
So
talk about that all the time, not to get lost in all that, like that veil that people try to put up of that luxury life and like, oh yeah, you can trade and in a year you'll have a Lamborghini. It's like, no, it's actually not how it works. Yeah, we
right,
talk about
yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going into that, what would you say within this whole thing now? What is your definition of freedom and what is your why? What is the reason as to you keep persevering, or the reason why you keep pushing even though you've seen so much success already?
Man, I think for me, it's just like waking up and trying to stick to the things I'm gonna do every day that's gonna like make me a better version of myself. Kind of like exactly what I was just talking about. My why would be, my family, uh, which my brother, my mom, dad, my niece, all that stuff, and like just because I went through that, I was literally homeless, homeless heroin addict. Because I went through that, it gave me a perspective to where now I can just be grateful for the most part, and like really just trying. I can meet anybody where they're at. Like, that's why I think I've had to go through that, because it gave me the ability to connect with people because I have been there or done it before. And if I hadn't done
Mhm.
it before, I've definitely thought about it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yep.
uh, yeah. So for me, it just trying to be the best version of myself. And then with TopOne Futures, TopOne Trader, it's just trying to create something super cool and big, and I think it's gotten a lot bigger than we thought it was going to.
I was gonna ask you that because recently you guys did shout out surpassing 19 million in payouts in 7 months. I think now you guys are already over 20, right?
Pretty close to it. I think
Hmm.
it would say on payout junction for, I mean, for if you put them both together for Top One Trader, it's like 5.5 million, and Top One Futures is right around 20. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's crazy for sure. And then of course when we launched, all the haters on X and whatever like thought we weren't going to last.
Yeah.
And you know, we had to change some things around rules wise, unfortunately. But I think every prop firm does that. So it wasn't easy, but you know, we feel really good about the setup we have now. The Ignite accounts, I think, are something I came up with. I think are really cool, and it makes it's a much lower barrier of entry for an instant funded account too. So so yeah, you know, I think that with that amount of in 7 months or 8 months, 20 million in payouts, like, you know, we're not going anywhere at this point, despite
Yeah.
what
Yep.
people say, you know. So
Yeah, you guys have had exponential growth basically from conception. Now, obviously, when anybody starts a business, you know, they have that vision in their head that, like, yeah, I want to get big and be the best. Did you expect to grow that big that quick when you first started to where you are
dude,
today?
to be honest with y'all, like I wish we hadn't, because like we like blew up so like seriously, dude. It was insane. And it was and our rules weren't dialed in, and you know, like we did right by everybody, but like we had to make, like I was just saying, we had to make some changes and stuff
Mhm.
because we did so much volume, and our rules were, well, I mean, like way too easy to,
You were just
and
thrown right into the fire from the beginning.
oh, dude. So no, at first we were like, oh man, we're crushing it. Look at all this. And then then the payouts came. We're like, oh my God, like, man, we gotta
What
change
are
it.
we doing?
Yeah, well, so because we matched the rules with Top One Trader, which Forex, it's just way different than
Mhm.
futures traders. A lot more dialed in for sure to their strategies and generally than FX traders are, and it just didn't work the same. You know what I mean? So that's how we had to make the changes. But yeah, all part of the journey for sure.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, and what I've seen
And
too is people are okay with the tighter rules. Like if obviously if you're dialed in like what Ace and JJ are doing, they're getting payouts. But I think at the end of the day, like it was all for a good purpose and reason because people just want a place they can go to and they're not gonna waste their time. They're okay following the rules as long as they can trust, hey, we're gonna get paid out by these people. You know what I mean?
yep. When
100%.
I first started in futures, funny enough, and I'll say the names again. We're here for full transparency. I first got into futures through Apex when I was trading props. Got denied right around $56,000, and I'm like, I don't trust this space. I'm not going to come back. Next, thing you know, I continued with options, and this is when futures was really pounding through, and people were getting their payouts. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try it one more time. I hop on Top Step because they were the leader at the time, and right out the gate, I actually made the leaderboard, placing second, and then I got pushed down to third with right around, I think it was like 200, it was like 250K in like a 3 week span, just absolutely sprinted my accounts. From there, I was just like, let's get this payout, baby, and never show face again. But then 1 month after, one of my students actually hit them up for $500,000. From there, they're like, yo, we can't do this because now these traders are figuring out the system of essentially sim farming, but you don't even
Yeah.
have to sim farm. You just have to like over leverage a little bit more than what you can. And then as soon as you create a nice buffer, you're good to just full send the account, which is what a lot of us were doing in the system. So from there, all of the props essentially just had to tighten up completely because of probably what you guys experienced when you guys first started, just the looser rules and all of that kind of stuff.
That's how
So
Yeah,
consistency was born.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, the thing is, and that's why earlier I said, like, you know, a lot of people trading prop that are successful aren't be able to trade live because they're trading in a way where they kind of, you know, use the rules of the prop
To
firm to
their
their advantage.
advantage. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so like using the daily loss, the soft breach daily loss limit as a stop loss, right? So they just kind of full send for the daily loss limit, and if that doesn't, you know, if they're not, if they torch the account, they buy another one. If they buy 5 accounts, but then can get a payout that was twice as much they spent on it, then they're still in the green. But you know, that's not real trading. I mean,
Yep.
that's
I mean, that was
Uh,
the craziest part about my run was the soft breach on those accounts was 1250. But every single day I was making 20K. So it was either I was gonna hit 1250 or make 20K. It was an insane, like it was just dumb money to me. I'm like, wait, why isn't everyone doing this? So what do? I go on, I'm like, hey students, this is what I'm doing. Next thing you know, 5 of them are on the leaderboard. And it's just like, uh-oh, I think we're gonna get in trouble soon.
and then they changed that.
And yeah, and then they tightened up right away. Now it's like a 5K payout per account.
Right.
Now they changed
So
their DLL completely.
that was before payout the profit caps.
Yes, yes, yes. That was before
Yeah,
profit caps. So at that time, I even have the email style. I pulled it up last week, and the payout cap per account at that time was 50,000. So what they did to me, they're like, "Hey, because you're doing so successful, we want to make sure that you keep going. So we're gonna increase your DLL to 10,000, but we're gonna also increase your profit cap to 60,000." And then they're expecting me to blow the account. What did I do? Brought it to 60,000.
Right.
It didn't work.
Yeah, it just didn't work for them. But going back into TopOne Futures, I just want to say, like, how would you guys say you guys compare to these other props, such as your biggest competitor, which I would say is probably like Lucid, Tradeify, and all of those who are doing like the Lightning funded, straight to funded, and all that kind of stuff. What kind of separates you from the pack?
Man, I think so. Like on a business level, I think it's definitely our customer service. Like we have response times that are within a minute, consistently. And you can see that in our Trust Pilot and everything else. So our customer service, and we've really just tried to let the product speak for themselves. Like we would probably do a lot better if I was on Twitter, like talking shit or like starting beef with other top firm owners and stuff, but that's not my vibe, and it's not Matt's vibe or CEO. So like we just want to bring the best experience possible, and in like a real way that people can trust and know if they follow the rules, they're going to get paid. So I
Yep.
think that's it. Just our consistency, our customer service, the way we show up, the different promos and stuff that we run to try to keep things fresh. I think that's how the best way to stand out on a long-term play, right? So because if you uh, 'cause when you see a lot of the CEOs or whatever, just getting into matches on X with other prop firm
Yep.
owners or their customers, to me it's just a bad look. Like I would just rather not get involved. So like I think that backfires and is like short-term thinking. So yeah, I think that's kind of how we differ. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Well, I mean, what's cool is like being on the affiliate side and being able to grab all the payouts, guys, I can completely vouch. You guys even saw it today. I had a little issue on my account, reached out to support, and they fixed the issue within
Super
seconds.
quick.
Literally on stream with you guys, there was a little bug, got it fixed right away. I got my payouts, right? Requested it on stream with you guys before, and literally within a 12-hour period, I was paid and it was dropped inside of my account. So this is why I personally vouch for TopOne, and this is why we had TopOne be our first guest ever here at PropHub, is because I can personally vouch and I can say that everything that they're saying right now isn't just fluff. It's not BS. I personally experienced every single thing that they're saying, and it is 100% true. They are here for the experience and they're here for you guys to actually help you guys become better traders at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Do you remember who he talked to? Was it Oscar?
It was both Oscar and
Okay, nice.
who's the other one?
Oscar's a G, man. Yeah, our support staff is great. So
Yeah, it was actually both. Oh, it was Daniel and Oscar, I believe.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Nice.
both of them were in my ticket. Like, hey, what's up? Lars told me to reach out to you. I'm like, yeah, he did.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so it
love
worked out.
your team. Any questions for him, John? Should we hit him with a quick,
Wait, I have
just
a quick question.
nonstop?
Wait, hold on. I had
Okay.
a question before and then I forgot it, and it's actually very important. Sauna or steam room?
Oh, dude, I went to the sauna right before this, man. Sauna for sure.
There you go.
All
Infrared
right.
sauna with red light, like therapy and
Infrared.
I've
stuff.
never done the infrared one.
Oh,
I
dude,
know everyone loves
they're
it.
Yeah, well, that's what this morning I went to the gym at like 8 and then the sauna at 9. I was like, all right, I want to be like good vibes, good energy for
Leg day?
the stream. What's that?
Was today leg day?
Today was back and biceps, and then I'll
Back
go
and
Mm,
to
buys.
jujitsu tonight.
Nice. Okay, going with jujitsu, would you say that revenge trading is just spazzy white belt energy?
Oh, dude, that's a good question. For sure, 100%,
Okay.
100%.
And
Was
then
that your question?
I
continuing
Was that
got
with
one.
somebody's
that,
question?
pardon?
Was that was that somebody's
No,
question in the
that's a full list I have for you right now.
Oh,
And it's
okay,
the next
okay.
one is what's worst? Getting arm barred in 30 seconds or getting stopped out by a singular tick?
Mm,
I would take getting stopped out on by one tick for sure. I don't mind tapping and getting arm barred or
Right.
whatever, so
Setting
like
setting the ego aside, it is what it is.
it's a part of
30
it.
seconds is like pretty short, but like
He's like, nah, I'd last at
some
least a
people are that
minute.
good. The market when you just get stopped out by one tick or one pip or whatever, that's crushing for sure.
That is very
Cool.
annoying for sure.
And I think this one's a little bit more on the insightful side for the jujitsu questions. Would you
Okay,
say
all
that
right.
like risk management is basically jujitsu? So protect your neck at all times?
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Being able to, stay calm under pressure so you can think things through, like if you go through a trading day, take a couple L's, but you haven't, hit your loss limit for the day or whatever, still being able to, like, sit there and be like, wait for the next setup and, let
Mhm.
it happen rather than just being like, "Oh, shit, I just took an L." Like, "All right, let me get back in here," like that, because that
Yep.
never works out. And if it does, it's a bad thing because then, you just keep on with that bad habit.
Yep.
mhm. Yeah, we talk about that all the time. A lot of people think that making money means you did good. A lot of the times it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Like just because you went green on a trade doesn't mean you did that trade properly. You could have just gotten lucky and now you're like building this bad habit, just like you said, that you think, oh, next time I'm gonna do the same thing and it's gonna work out. But majority of the time it actually won't. And now you're just ruining your trading.
Yeah, for sure. And like one of the big aha moments that I had as a trader was like, I was sitting there one day, I was like, oh man, I don't have, if I don't have a trade on, but I'm still looking for a setup, I'm actually still trading, right? Most
Mhm.
Yep.
people think to be trading, you have to be like, all right, let me push the button here or whatever. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
let me click the mouse, and that's trading. But really, it's not. Like if you're like following your system and setup, and maybe you don't find a setup that day, maybe you don't. You're still trading, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Like you're still a trader. Trade. You don't have to actively have a trade on
Yep.
24/7. Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I say all the time is not being in a trade is trading.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So which do you actually prefer, Clay? Would you prefer, I mean, you guys have top one trader and top one futures. So would you say like CFDs and FX or futures? You would
Mm,
only
Man.
choose
that's
one.
a good question.
Well, I would go with top one trader just because
Interesting.
that was more my background and
Right.
forex trading and trading gold and that kind of thing. Um, I think futures is just way harder. The competition, the like the beefs on Twitter, like like all it just like a
Yep.
lot goes into it, and so. Right now, I would say TOT, but 2026, Ace, JJ, help me change my mind. Help me
I
bring around.
Clay,
Yeah,
That's
I
that's
yeah,
will
gonna
yeah.
be our mission now. That's it.
yeah, I got you. Like, I will
All
literally
right.
have you right here with us trading TOF accounts and bringing you from a fresh account to a payout live in front of every single person, showing that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it, and everyone else can do it from their mom, their dad, their cousins, their sisters, so on and so forth.
Nice, dude. Yeah,
Ace,
yeah.
have you guys traded Forex or just always been
Oh,
like NQ and
so
gold?
the funny enough, I tell every single person this story. I started trading from Forex. I was actually a Forex trader from the very get go. Saw quick success. I got trapped into a little MLM, but I didn't do the whole recruiting side. I'm just like, give me your service and that's it. I just want your service. I wasn't following their alerts because the spread was ridiculous on every single alert that they would put out. They put me on a horrible platform, and I ended up finding a platform with 1,000x leverage.
Nice.
And yeah, and I had like zero capital. So as soon as I entered, it was just like instant gone. I was like, oh, cool. I just lost on slippage within 1 second because the spread was horrible. And man, it was just a story to tell people because I took my account essentially from $2,000. That's what I had started with. I was in high school. And this was over like, I would say 12 years now. Over 12 years ago, I started. And I opened up the account. It was going perfectly. It started with $2,000, brought it all the way to 15,000. And when you're in high school, you're like, did I just make 13 grand?
I'm rich.
Yeah, within a
Yeah.
week? I'm like, what is going on? And so it ended up drawing down like 7,000. And I'm like, I'm gonna take my profits while I can. A win is a win. And I just took it and I ended up in small cap stocks. From small cap stocks, transitions over to options, and then from options, I'm still trading options, but now added futures to the arsenal.
What was the MLM? What was the name of it? I was thinking of that earlier. That's how I got, introduced to
Is
the
that how you
space.
got in as well? Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't remember, but I
I can't
guarantee you
remember
I could
the name
find it on
either.
my email.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
yeah, the thing about forex, like I like trading the 4 hour and daily time frames and stuff.
right.
So
Mm.
that is where it's way different. Which you can do that with futures, but you have to have a pretty sizable account for the broker to let you hold through the session change. So
You're right.
Oh, that's something interesting that's happening soon. NQ with their 24/5, 24/7. Everyone's arguing about that.
Oh yeah, did you
But
see about that, Clay? They just
no,
released that like a couple days ago. Basically, Nasdaq announcing that they want to shift over to a 24/5 by Q2 2026, and then from there going into a 24/7.
interesting. Like kind
Yeah,
of 24/5 like FX, I guess.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Okay,
so sorry. My leg is
cool.
asleep again. Cool. So before we take up any of your time, Clay and Cam, what would you guys say, both of you guys? What is your advice that you would give all the viewers to help them on their trading journey, their personal trading journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of already said it, man. Like, have a long-term mindset about what it is that you're doing. Yes, try to get paid. I want everybody to get paid. That's what you're doing here for sure. But if you think of it like maybe you started 2 years ago and you're like kind of struggling, I'm telling you, dude, you're right around the corner probably from starting to get profitable if you're following the right people like Ace and also too, strategy is great, but the risk management and psychology is you can have a pretty bad strategy, but if you're just fascist about your risk management or like your mindset or trade psychology, then you can be successful. Like, if
Yeah.
if
100%.
you have a strategy with a 90% win rate, but you can't stop over trading, well, like that sucks because you're not going to make it. So
Yeah. I tell everyone
focus.
that too. I'm like, you could
Yeah,
have a 99% win rate, but how many trades does it take to blow your whole account? A singular trade. So
Hmm.
really, win rate doesn't mean shit if you can't manage your account.
right. Yeah, totally. And like when I got into like business and everything else, like I remember I would like read books and like it'd be like Tony Robbins or go to an event. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna learn like some secrets, how to start making money. And then they just talked about mindset. I'm like, dude, it's like another thing on mindset. This is bullshit. Like,
Where's
give
the
me the
secret
secret
sauce?
sauce or whatever. Right. So, but like that is the secret sauce. So like
Where's the
finding
secret
things
sauce?
that
It
make you
must be ICT.
yeah, yeah, right, for sure. Finding things that make you excited and like, enthusiastic about life too, and then like taking that over to trading and focus on life more than just trading, I think would be a good
Oh,
advice too.
I love that. Cam, do you have anything to piggyback to help traders out?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, less is more always. And then I know it's going to sound like I'm saying this just because I'm coming from Top One saying this, but like just genuinely take advantage of the opportunity prop firms are providing. Like there's no like better ROI, right? Like it's not going to happen too often where you put a couple $100 into a cash account and flip it up into several $1,000s. So like it's a great opportunity to really kind of like build that foundation for your trading. And then like they talked in the beginning, it starts implement like it forces those rules, those disciplines, those habits. And prop firms have just been really blowing up over the last 5 years. So really just like think of it in terms of ROI. It's an opportunity that you're not really gonna see elsewhere, and I would take advantage of it to kinda, like, get your startup, kinda like Ace did with the 1,000 leverage. You don't have to risk the 2K in 2 seconds. You could do it with prop this way, you know?
Do
Love
you guys
that.
trade cryptos? Are you into cryptos?
I used to be into crypto pretty heavy. I I,
Right?
I did I did have
Yeah, yeah.
my little
Now's not the
meme
time
coin
so much, I
phase.
guess, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
actually
was
a
It's
crypto
not the time at
baby,
all. Every time I get a
Clay.
notification from Robinhood, it's my XRP's down.
Funny enough about XRP, I bought at like the absolute bottom.
Wait, where?
And
I want to see if who has a better buy because I bought pretty early too. I did also sell early, but I was in at like 17 cents.
have you beat
Sell at
nice.
by a lot.
oh okay.
By a lot. And not only that, we were cleaning out. I just moved from a condo downtown Toronto out into the burbs. And me and production, who's in the corner over there, we found one of my ledgers. And the fact that it wasn't sitting at the bank, I'm like, let's see how much is in here. I'm like, oh man, I don't know my seed code or anything like that. He goes
Mm.
through like 3 of my old PCs that are all sitting in my den, plugs them all in, finds the seed code, and there's just what randomly 15,000 in their RAMs. I'm just like, oh, cool, random 15,000 sitting in a ledger in like my side table. And so I'm like, I wonder how much is actually sitting if I were to grab the cold wallet that's at the bank. So I'm
You have
excited
some
to
cold
open that up one day.
you have so what you're saying you have, like, cold storage in the bank and, like, a lockbox or something?
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Yeah.
Right. Wow,
Uh,
nice.
yeah. I
You're
was
more
holding the
more
bag on
patient than
on
me, dude.
BTC and ETH.
I'd be like, "You know what? After this podcast episode, I think I'm gonna go down to the bank, see how much money I," you know, like, your
People
attitude
in
towards it
everyone
is
in
great.
chat, what bank? Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Ace of Trades.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I need to start driving up from Florida to Toronto. You guys speak French there or no? That's not Toronto,
No,
is it?
I don't. Some people do,
Yeah,
but
some people
it's
do.
more like Quebec, Montreal.
Yeah,
Oh, Quebec. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay, cool. That is it, guys. Do you have any last questions for Clay or Cam?
No, I think that was great. It was
Awesome.
very
If
insightful and it was fun. I enjoyed myself. And I hope
Yep,
you guys
Yeah,
did too.
totally. Thanks for having me on. One of the days
of
I'll come on and just
course.
when y'all are trading and we can just
Oh,
shoot
we would
shit.
love
Hey,
that.
sounds good.
Okay.
And we gave you
Yeah.
guys full permission so you guys could even join our premium. So we do basically daily breakdowns every single day, taking every single trade, dissecting it as to why we took each trade so that we can't just enter a single trade off of BS, get lucky, where every single trade basically has to be executed off of something. Super grateful for what Top One Futures has done for the space, for you guys being so transparent. You guys super cut clear on your rules, making sure that your support is literally A tier, absolute S tier, the best
Yeah.
of the best. Cam has been helping me out since day one of when I started with Top One Futures,
Oh
and
yeah. Cam's
Clay
the
has been
man.
phenomenal. I personally messaged Clay. I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like he's such a great guy. And then seeing everything that you do, from going to different countries, doing jujitsu, helping out the communities over there, and just you as a person, super grateful to have people like you guys. Uh, not even just in the trading space, but just in general. We're glad to know that there are
Yeah,
real
thanks, man.
people out here.
Did you see that when I was in Peru and they were like doing jujitsu for all the kids over there at
Yep,
the
I
Guardian
loved
Project?
that.
I didn't even mention that, but that was awesome. Somebody asked about my socials. It's clay.b.hodges on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's one way that me and Matt differ too is like I actually talk to people. Like you don't, you hit me up, like, hey, what's up, dude? Like I like your content. And once you came on board, I started watching your reels and stuff, man. And the vibe, the energy of your community here is pretty dope. I like it.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you, thank you.
we take a very different approach from skits to educational to live trading. We kind of just do everything under the sun, seeing what sticks.
Mhm.
And we just have fun doing it, which I think is the best part. Like it's not a job for us. It's just, hey,
Yeah,
let's click and shoot and post. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the cool thing
right.
about social media.
If it doesn't, we're
Yeah.
still gonna be here at market open, so it's okay.
Exactly.
Well, cool.
Yep. Thank you guys so much once again. Everyone say thank you in the chat if you're still here to Clay, to Cam. Um, and that's all I have. John, do you have anything else to wrap up? Say to Clay and Cam?
Just thank you guys for coming up, and I'm gonna hold you to your word that you are gonna come up one day, one of these days, and hit some bangers on NQ with us, so that we can show you how good futures really is.
Yeah, how far is Bant from you guys? Far?
Pretty far, but if you are trying to hit some double blacks, I am so down, Clay.
I'll come too. I might
Okay.
break my arm, but
Yeah,
I'll still
yeah,
come.
yeah, for sure. I am
Yeah,
100%.
I am a boarder though, so I will be hitting my board on the lift on your skis, trying to pop them
Yeah, no,
off.
that's cool. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, dude, I lived in Colorado for 10 years. I worked before all this. I was a ski instructor and all that. So,
Oh, that's sick.
I love to ski, man.
I
So,
love
what
that.
are you gonna be you're coming the affiliate trip, right? Are you gonna be there?
I am not. I
Bummer.
met the cutoff literally right after because I
Oh,
had just
okay.
joined and it was like 2 months that I made the requirement and it was like
Yeah.
1 or 2 weeks right after the cutoff.
Okay.
But
All right.
nonetheless, I hope you guys have fun and I'll definitely be at the next one. Me and
Yeah.
John this time.
Okay, cool. Oh,
But
for
yeah,
sure. Maybe I'll try to work something out for you, dude. For sure.
hey, if you can, Clay,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
We
Well,
appreciate you
cool.
guys and yeah, we hope you
Everybody,
guys
make sure
enjoy
to
it.
follow them on socials as well. And for the premium members, we are gonna do daily breakdown for today.
Not only that, if you guys choose to open up any TopOne Futures accounts, make sure to use code PHUB. That is code PHUB for all the best discounts possible. We appreciate you, Cam and Clay, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your
Thanks,
day.
guys. Merry Christmas. And
Peace
I'll
Merry
out.
see y'all.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Peace.
Happy New Year. And we will see you guys soon.